Hello and welcome to Coffee and Conversations. This is our first episode. Through Coffee and Conversations, we wish to bring you all the different nuances in life, all the different aspects of life. As a professional, as a homemaker, as an artist, you can be anyone. Today we have a very special guest with us, Ms. Shawani Banerjee. She is involved with a lot of social activities, human rights. She has her own setup, own counseling setup, and we are thrilled to have her here with us. And it's a blessing that she shared her very deepest emotions and her life story, challenges, and how her family was a support and everything else. So let's hear her out without any delays and let's straight away go to the episode.
Welcome to Coffee and Conversation, a podcast where we slow down, pour a cup, and talk about that truly matters. From mental health and well-being to life quiet victories and the untold struggle behind it. This is a space for real stories, their experience, and the true reflection of those. Whether you are tuning in on a bad day or a good one, you are not alone. We are here to listen and connect with you. I am your today's host, Professor Basudha Basu. Today we are having someone who is an inspiring thinker. Today we are having the eminent personality Shawani Banerjee, National Director of Human Rights Council of India Women's Cell and Project Director at Alyana Rehabilitation Center. She is the fierce advocate, inspiring leader, and a motivator. Welcome, ma'am. Welcome to Coffee and Conversation.
Thank you.
Ma'am, your work in human rights has touched many lives. I would love to know the journey behind the human rights, from where it has been started.
Basically, it's a long journey. My father used to work for the society, so I have seen him working for the people for thalassemia. Basically, thalassemia patient. He used to collect blood for thalassemic patients. So, and I have seen this from my childhood. So from there, the arch of working for the society comes, and then in my married life also, my husband, he works for healthcare center and working for the society for quite a long time. So working along with him, that inspired me to work for human rights, and I always believe that being a woman is a blessing. So as being a woman is a blessing, so to work for the woman is again a blessing for me. So that's the reason human rights and working for women's health always comes from.
Lovely. I would love to know about your childhood, the childhood memories.
My childhood was very nice because I'm the single child of my parents. Small family, mom, dad and me. But again, when we talk about here, where we are talking about our mental health and our struggle behind our journey. So I was diagnosed with BPD when I was just 15 years old. So it was my adolescent period where my tantrum and all. So it was my mother who actually recognized that I'm having a mental health issue. So at that point of time, so now I'm like 40, so it's like a long backstory. So at that point of time, understanding that one person is having a mental health issue is again a very important thing. Because when I was 15 or 16, my mother used to take me to a therapy session in kind of a Salt Lake area. From Tollygunge to Salt Lake, we used to travel weekly basis just to attend the therapy. So she is the one who identified that I have a mental health issue and I have to deal with it and I have to fight against it and live a life. So she is kind of a biggest inspiration in my life and in my journey. She was a constant supporter, a companion with dealing with my medical history, dealing with my tantrum, dealing with my aggression, dealing with my mood swings, everything. She was always there and she's still there.
Already I think I have my answer, but still I would love to ask one more thing, that who has been the biggest inspiration?
My biggest inspiration will be two person. As I already said earlier that one is my mother, who always identified, who is, I always say that she is the biggest critic of me. So she always criticized, she always find out the faults and negativity, which is very important, Basudha, because there will be in our life, there will be thousands of person who will only appreciate you, who will say good things about you, but there will be very few people, I would say one or two, who will actually say that yes Basudha, this is your negativity and you have to work on it. So knowing you by your, when you know yourself that this is my strength, this is my weakness, you can work on those both simultaneously. So she is my biggest inspiration and the one who actually helped me to recover from my mental health disease and who was always been a strong supporter, who never left my hand throughout my journey, who always inspired me and said that Mom, you are a samurai warrior, so you will fight for your life. So that's my son.
Ma'am, was there any moment when you felt like giving up?
Many a time, many a time. It's like, see, it's knowing my disease. When I came to know about BPD, borderline personality disorder. Borderline personality disorder is basically a disease where you will have a multiple moods in a same period of time. It's kind of, you can be very happy, very energetic at a point, and you can be suddenly severely depressed in the second point. So I have dealt with it. I was suicidal, and but what helped me actually, see, these all are struggle, these all are every psychological disorder patient have this kind of dealing where they become depressed, they become suicidal, they have a huge mood swings, huge aggression issue, anger issue, tantrum, and sometimes you feel like that nothing can work out in your life, you cannot move on, life has just ended for you. But it's the thing where my doctor and my therapist helped me a lot in this journey. They actually told me about my trigger factor. So knowing my trigger factor was very important. It's like when I know that this thing can affect my mental health, by dealing this kind of situation, if I am into this kind of situation, my mental health can go down. I can be into depression, I can be again suicidal. Knowing those triggers, I will avoid that. It's like migraine. Like when you have people who are suffering from migraine always have triggers. Like somebody has like a smell or a heat or sun ray, anything. That there are many trigger factors for migraine. For mental health also there are trigger factors. So my therapist and my doctor, they actually pointed out those triggers to me. So that actually helped me a lot to fight for on those situations where I felt that my life has just ended, or I want to finish my life, I don't want to move on, I don't want to fight back. And simultaneously, the most important thing was I was diagnosed PPD when I was 16 and I became a mother when I was 22. So my entire mental health journey, my education, my work life, my son was always there. So he was the pulling factor in my life. So whenever I felt that that's it, I cannot cope up with this thing, it's done, I always look back. Right beside me I have seen my son growing up, and he's small, he's playing. So that actually kind of become a medication for me, that I became a mother, and at 22, and it was a journey that I was growing up and he is also growing up. So we both grown up together. So I learned as a mother, he was learning as a son. He was learning as a son, dealing with a psychologically depressed mother sometime a fighter mother. So he played a major role in my life, where on those situations where I felt that that's it, I cannot continue my life, or I cannot cope up with the situation, I'll fall back. So he was always there, and he always used this word from this childhood that I still laugh now. Now he's a grown-up kid. I still laugh and I say that. He always say that samurai fighter who never stop fighting. They, whatever the situation is, samurai fighter will keep on fighting. So he always called me that, Mom, you are a samurai fighter. So that is something which helped me, and definitely. Mental health should be taken care of from childhood onwards, and there are doctors, there are therapists, and we should not hesitate to go to doctors and therapy for taking care of our mental health, because I personally believe that mental health is more important than your physical health. If you are mentally strong enough, if you are mentally healthy, you can fight back with lot of critical disease which you are suffering physically, because you have that kind of strength in you, where you will know that, okay, fine, I'm having trouble, I'll have medicine, I'll go along with the treatment, but that positive energy should be there inside you. He always called me from his childhood that he read it somewhere about samurai fighters, and he always says that, Ma, you are a samurai fighter. So samurai fighters are those who keep on fighting, who never give up. So that is the kind of thing where I felt like giving up, and he was there to put me, no, you cannot give up, I'm there for you. It's like that.
Lovely. I must say, it needs huge courage to admit about the mental health, mental trauma. So hats off to you, ma'am. And next, I would love to know that what is the turning point in your life? Of course, according to you.
Turning point as in I have I have different turning point from my childhood onwards. My first turning point was at having a kid at a very early age, and when I was just a graduate pass out, a student, got selected in math, got selected in Christ University, Bangalore, and came to know that I'm pregnant. So that was a kind of the first thing where my parents and everybody said that don't go for a child, and right now it's not your age, it's not your time. Either you leave your career or your education, masters, or give up on the child. But so that was the first challenge I took, and I said no, I'll do both. So that was a journey where I used to go to college with a pregnant belly, and when my son was born, I was doing my MBA. So I completed my MBA with my son. So after finishing my MBA, I started my career as a corporate employee. Started working for human resource because HR was my subject, and that's the way I worked for around nine good years. And after working for 9 good years, I decided that no, is that because the job life was becoming like 10 to 12 hour shift, so I was having a very less time for my son. He was also growing up. He was then at that time 9 or 10 years old. So I decided that no, I will quit my job. So that was again a turning point in my life, because having a good wholesome money as a salary, having a good life in Bangalore, everything, and leaving everything and coming back to Kolkata and settling down. So it was again a turning point. This was again a breakthrough point in my life. So the blessing was at that point of time, Alyana came into my life. So I became a part of Alyana Rehabilitation Center, and I started going there just as a normal family, friends and everything. I started going to Alyana, and I started loving that atmosphere. Alyana deals with substance user and psychological disorder patient. So that was a breaking point where I realized that the journey which I have gone through for so many years, I'm not the only one. There are many people who are suffering from mental health disease. So I decided that I'll become a part of Alyana professionally. Started my journey with Alyana as an accountant. I used to keep all the accounts of the rice, the groceries, the tea, sugar, everything. So it was like, sometimes it was very funny, Vasudha, that working with companies like Accenture, TCS, and having that corporate life, a well-dressed person, when my last company was Linde, where I worked as an Eastern Zone HR head. So from living a very colorful life, I'm sitting in a corner of a rehabilitation center, a merely broken chair, no AC, nothing, and doing a day-to-day accounts where I'm actually calculating the expenses of the garlands, the flowers for the god, it's like 15 rupees flowers, 10 rupees sweets. So I used to write the uh, accounts, and Abhijit used to check the accounts on a daily basis, like on a weekly basis. So he was my mentor at that time. And me and Abhijit started working together. He became my mentor, and he was there telling me about what is OCD, what is different kind of psychological disorder, what are the different very nasty psychological disorder, which are like you people will be like scared to knowing all those things. We were dealing patient like that. So I had patients who were from criminal background, who were from we used to rescue boys from police station. We used to rescue boys who were into like burglary, who were into a lot of criminal background. Let's not get into all those things because those are the patient details. But again, Abhijit was there to when Abhijit was mentoring me at that point of time, he always said that addiction is a disease, and it is basically the obsessive compulsive disorder which is actually affecting a person, or which is actually forcing a person to be a dependent on substance. So again, the mental health thing comes. So slowly and steadily he inspired me that you should learn more about mental health, you should learn psychology. So I started doing small courses, and and started dealing with patients on a daily to daily basis. So my job in Alyana was first in the beginning accounts, then later on after knowing the psychology and everything, doing the courses and all, Abhijit told me that you deal with the patient family. So that was very challenging, because those families are basically broken, devastated. They are like, if you consider that the patient is having a mental health issue, if you talk with their parents or talk with their wives or family members or husbands, you'll find out that they are into deep shit. Because dealing with them, dealing with a substance user, coping up with a person who is like a daily drug user and selling out jewelry, selling out things in the home, the family is devastated. The society is devastated. Like there will be people in the neighborhood who used to come to the rehab and said that this guy was a disturbance to the society, this guy was a notorious person, this guy did this, did that. And I used to go home and ask Abhijit that, see, we are dealing with people where whose family actually rejects them, the society rejects them, and they don't have a professional life, they don't have a career, so they are basically kind of what we call in our general language the failures. And with the help of therapy, with the help of counseling, with the help of proper medication, with the help of different kind of classes, we bring them this kind of patient to a normal life. So I started seeing boys leaving Alyana, like after they finishes their course in Alyana, they start their career, they start going to colleges, they start working, they start living a normal life. So that at that point I decided that enough of corporate slavery, no more corporate slavery. I'll give my full time to Alyana Rehabilitation Center. So that is a kind of a breakthrough point in my life.
Lovely. We take two lessons from this, that everything happens for a reason, and secondly, we need a supporter in our life to whom we can share everything. Next thing, ma'am, I would love to know that what is the vision that keeps you moving forward?
Before I talk about the vision, I would share a small story. It's basically a story of a small little girl, 15, 16 years old girl, who came to me as a patient, and she was transferred from CWC, Child Welfare Counselor. She was abandoned by her parents and she was moved to CWC. And from CWC, the government contacted her father, and father took the custody, and father sent that girl to Alyana. So I will not tell her name, but she became kind of, when I first saw her, she has cuts in her hands and very depressed, wearing a specs, small hair. I saw her and I realized, or I just felt that I'm seeing the same 15 years, 16 years old Shawani Banerjee in front of me. I was not abandoned by my parents, but the kind of mental state she was in, it's the same kind of mental state I was in when I was in her age. She became kind of, after seeing her, a vision came in my life. I felt that we have a tagline of Alyana where we say is that Alyana is a home away from home. So I will be having, definitely I will be having, I will not say that sometime, definitely I'll be having a home where I'll have all the abandoned kids and all the abandoned elderly people together living, where the elderly people will take care of the kids as their parents, and the kids will learn to take the responsibility and cope up skill by living a life of an elderly person.
Lovely thought. And ma'am, I would love to know that, but God, ma'am, if you could leave a message for our lovely viewers.
Be a bit empathetic towards human, and first take care of your humanity, then scream for your rights.
Lovely. And that brings us to the end of today's episode. Thank you so much, ma'am, for giving us a lovely journey towards the justice, towards the courage. Thank you, ma'am. And to our lovely listener, thank you for being with us. Next time, we will have the same cup but different conversation. Thank you.
So, with that, we come to the end of our very first episode. Hope you all had insightful hearing, and we'll come back with the next episode with lots of new insights and stories. If you are interested to be part of this show, please drop us a mail, or maybe you can drop in a text on the number given below, and we'll be thrilled to have you as our guest. So till next time, thank you.